Alright guys, I am going to try my hand at a little incubation. These are eggs that I collected on day 1. I'm going to collect for 7 days before I run this incubator. And I'm going to mark them, that way I can kind of keep track of if any of them hatch better than others according to how old they are. I've had this incubator for years and years. It actually had some holes chewed in it from mice, and I went through yesterday and did some patchwork and hot glued in some styrofoam patches. This morning I'm firing it up and trying to get my temperature adjusted, which is just a little too hot at the moment. Turn that down just a little bit. I'll play with it a little bit this week and try to get it fine-tuned. It does have the egg turner and everything in it. So hopefully we can hatch a batch of chickens, and then we'll cull the roosters and keep the remainder of the hens. Happy Tuesday morning, everybody. We had a nice little rain overnight, a little bit of thunderstorms. I remember it waking me up for just a second, but other than that, I didn't care. I was tired. She looks pretty miserable considering how nice of a doghouse she has. Isn't that right, Miss B? Are you tired? Did you have a rough night? Are you all wet like a silly dog? I think she's tired. Now then, if we're gonna hatch some of these eggs off, these little chicks are gonna have somewhere to live, so I need to put together a little brooder. I've got one more piece of tin left from some of that I salvaged at the cabin some time back. It is right at 6 foot long, 3 foot wide, so we're gonna make this little brooder a 3 foot by 5 foot. That'll give overhang for the roof. That way I can use a piece of tin for the entire top. That way they've got like a little house inside, and then a separate little yard that they can get out into while they're growing up before they go to running with these guys free range. I'm going to utilize my scraps from the concrete pour the other day. These were the forms, and as you can tell, they've got concrete all over them, so they're really kind of tough to do a lot with, but we'll definitely utilize them for this brooder. I'm going to rip these guys in half, and this will be my 5 foot. This will be the bottom, both sides, and then this will be the top, both sides, and then these will be my 3 foot connecting pieces. That way I'm not going to have any scrap whatsoever off of those. I'll utilize every bit of it, because again, after the lean-to, I'm out of 2x. I think I've got one 2x left that I got from my gentleman nearby with the sawmill, so I've got to hit him again. But we'll take advantage of this. I've got a lot of the scrap wire left over. I've got some full rolls. I've got it everywhere. But I'm not buying anything for this little brooder. This is just going to be scraps laying around here, and it's going to give these chicks a place to live. we made a box, and then I'll screw my piece of tin to this one and hinge it on there, and then I can just raise and lower the whole section of roof, section them off a little part for their house. And then we'll be able to house quite a few little birds in there while they're babies. To give you all a little bit better look at what I did there. Okay, Floki. This was a scrap that I used when I built Bee's doghouse over there. I used a section of this for her floor, and this is something I've had down at the cabin for years, sitting on the porch of the old cabin. And so it's just came in handy. Again, it's kind of waterlogged, it's a little bit wet, but it's still pretty solid. They got to get a little door here. I'll close these two sides in, then we'll have the roof. I love my chickens, but I can't do baby chicks in this travel trailer. It's too small, and I'm not going to listen to chirp, chirp, chirp all night inside my travel trailer. So they will have to, after a day or so, move out here in this. They'll have heat lamps and all that kind of stuff they'll be taken care of, but they're not going to live inside. They're going to be outside. Boy, Floki's got a lot to say. I got to find enough scrap to close in both sides here, and then I'm going to get it covered in wire. I'll probably do 1 or 2 supports on that roof structure over there, throw the piece of tin on it, and then hinge it on here with a latch. And that will be one deluxe chicken brooder from scrap. And there we have one little scrap chicken brooder. It's going to work out pretty good for them. It's got a good bottom in it. I could only find one hinge, but it seems to be holding up just fine. I need a handle right here instead of using that piece of metal. Prop rod. They got access to get inside. I'll need to put a board across the top right there to hang the heat lamp from, probably more toward this back side actually. Find me a latch for this side just to keep the boogeyman from getting in there and getting them at night. Who knew that was on the list for today? I had planned to try to take this egg hatching video and crunch it all into one and give it to you in about 3 or 4 weeks, but it's just what I do each day. This is what I did today. I actually started saving my eggs on Sunday, and I had 6 or 7 laid out, not really accessible to the dogs, and they were in my tray, and they were day 1 eggs. And I got up Monday morning, I guess it would have been. I think today's Tuesday, I'm not positive. But I think the first day I saved was Sunday. If that's the case, she ate them Sunday night. And my little Chihuahua, baby girl, decided she was going to have a half a dozen eggs raw. And needless to say, when I got up the next morning, I immediately knew that something wasn't right about her. She was not a happy camper. She wasn't feeling good. She had an upset stomach, and she had thrown up raw eggs in multiple places, chairs, all over the house. Needless to say, she wasn't interested in her breakfast when I got up first thing. That was my first key indicator for her, because she's a big eater. That's one of her favorite things to do, and she's the reason that I can't free feed my other Chihuahua, is because she just eats everything in sight. So, yes, yesterday, baby girl did not have a good day. She was upset. Yeah, she spent most of the day outside not feeling well, but she is doing better. She's back batting 100 again, and yeah, she's just, she can be a pain in the butt. That's all I'm going to say about that. She can be a pain in the butt. But she helped herself to those. So yesterday was day one saving my eggs, and out of 8 hens yesterday, we actually had 7 eggs. Out of 8 hens, I've got 1 hen that I will not be using her eggs. She's got a crooked beak and some other things going on, and it's just some genetics in there that I don't want to pass down. So, and her eggs are easily identifiable. They're like an oblong. Yeah, she's just, she's a special little girl, and we'll leave it at that. But we're not going to be hatching her eggs, but everybody else is kind of keeping track on them. I got vultures flying overhead. I'm sorry. They got me distracted. Squirrel. But, yeah, we're going to save eggs for 7 days. I tested that incubator this morning, held temperature phenomenally well. I showed you where I had to kind of patch it up yesterday. And, yeah, I think we're going to do good with this. And they've got a home to live in now once they hatch. And after spending a day or so in the house, we'll be able to put these guys close to the house right here with a heat lamp and everything, and they should be good. I'll work on getting them a little bit bigger yard here in a few weeks before they just turn and run free range. But that's all I got for today, guys. I don't have a clue what I'm going to get into tomorrow, but there's a chance of a surprise guest tomorrow. Not sure who that could be. We'll just have to wait and see. But I'll catch you guys on the next one. And since they could see me where I was working, this is my audience. Are you feeling better today, baby girl? Did you enjoy those rotten eggs? Or no, they wasn't rotten eggs. Did you enjoy those raw eggs? I even tried to offer her another egg yesterday, and she didn't want anything to do with it. I don't think she'll ever want to eat eggs again. What are you doing, rude bug? Well, that's kind of a rude pose, baby girl. What are you doing, rude bug? Are you just ready for some snuggles? Huh? Are you ready for snuggles? I'm not asking you. You're still kind of in trouble. What a pair right there, I tell you what. They sure do enjoy the sun, though.